So hello Ramansh Sharma and Shivani Biradar from Student Coding, and today we
Hi.
are gathered to introduce the one of the latest community that is in deeplearning.ai. So basically, we will know about this community very soon. But before that, let me introduce you. Like, you are Ramesh Sharma, but I would love to hear some more introduction about from you. So can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Hi, guys. My name is Ramansh Sharma. I am a freshman at SRM Institute of Science and Technology. In my local chapter, I live in Chennai. I am a Microsoft student partner. I'm also a deeplearning.ai ambassador, and I play with machine learning. So today I'll be discussing some of my methods and my basically techniques to get these opportunities and positions.
Okay, great. So basically, what is that deeplearning.ai program? Can you please some elaborate this?
Yes, so deeplearning.ai is an organization founded by Professor Andrew Ng that basically focuses on making AI and deep learning education accessible to everyone around the world. So that's deeplearning.ai, the organization itself. They have the best, in my opinion, AI and deep learning courses on Coursera that students can gain access and learn from. They also have the ambassadorship program in which you have the opportunity to become an AI leader in your own community by hosting meaningful and filled with knowledge deep learning events.
Okay, so that means you are your community ambassador of that learning deeplearning.ai from your local chapter, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, cool. So as you know, there are a lot of a lot of people are fascinating about the deep learning. So like, if you anyone want to the part of this program, or anyone want to the ambassador, so basically how will they apply for the this program?
Okay. So the method for applying for the deep learning.ai ambassadorship is actually not that difficult. What you have to do is that you head over to the website deeplearning.ai, and over there you can find their ambassadorship program on their website, in which you have to send an email to their two-point contact. So they provide you an email address. You send an email to them describing that these are your passions. You are really interested in deep learning, and you want to bring the Pi and AI meetup. So basically, Pi and AI is the name of the series that you get to host with deeplearning.ai. So you send that email that you want to create a Pi and AI chapter in your local city and community. Then the person reaches back to you and then asks you questions like, okay, what kind of deep learning theme are you interested in? Do you want to host an event in learning AI, working AI, production AI, so like different kinds of themes. And they even provide you with a template so that you're not too overwhelmed with the first step. So you find speakers, so probably in your LinkedIn connections and network. So that's how I did it. I found two speakers in my LinkedIn network who were more than happy to be take their time off on one day and then speak about their deep learning experience and opportunities that they have been through on the day of the event. So after you secure the speakers, you do a couple of trial runs with them. You also make the posters. If you inform deeplearning.ai will create an event meetup page for you so that you can share that to the registrants on various social media. And after that, when the day of the event comes, you go ahead and most of our events are live streamed on YouTube. So you live stream it onto YouTube, and if the event is a good success, which all events are, then you are onboarded as a full deep learning.ai ambassador. Yeah, so that's how the process goes for applying.
Yeah, so is there any prerequisite if I want to do ambassador of this? So is there a prerequisite that I must know about the deep learning and machine learning thing, or that any student can apply for it? Is it like
And
this?
definitely any student can apply for it. The only requirement is that you're really passionate about machine learning and deep learning, not only for advancing your own project and own career, but also for the people around you. So like me, I'm a college freshman right now. Now, the patterns I've seen at my college with my other students and peers is that many of them are not aware of deep learning and machine learning. They're oblivious to the latest technologies, the latest algorithms, the latest research papers. So I thought, like, why not? If we're all at home right now because of COVID-19, so why not create an online event series where I can help these other students um, by bringing them quality events with established and professional speakers in this field. So the only requirement that is really set in stone is that you're really passionate about deep learning and spreading the word of it to the people around you. And perhaps it will also be helpful if you also know a couple of speakers so that you can ask them to speak at your event. Otherwise, you can always ask help from deeplearning.ai. They will connect you with some speakers because the ambassadors themselves are pretty established in deep learning itself. So they might even connect you with some of the ambassadors so that they can help you get up and started with the event. And and the best thing is that deep learning.ai ambassadors they also help each other. So what you can do is that you can head over to LinkedIn. You can search for people who are already in this position, and then ask them for help. And more than likely, they will also be willing to speak at you. So those are pretty much the requirements necessary for them.
Cool, that is good. So basically, after that, is there any interview process that you face when you are getting selected for this deeplearning.ai program?
No, for the deep learning ambassadorship program, the only requirement is that you successfully host a meaningful event for your community. Since we are all quarantined at home right now, it will most likely be live streamed through some platform like StreamYard or YouTube. And after that, you share an event summary along with some pictures from the event. And after that, you are onboarded as a deep learning.ai ambassador.
Yeah, that means you want to say that it is very easy process. Once you are hosted a complete successful seminar, then you can call yourself an ambassador.
Yes,
What is
they.
that? Yeah, yeah. Continue.
Yes. Okay.
Like,
Uh, so after you host an event, you are a deep learning.ai ambassador basically because um, you you successfully created a Pioneer chapter in your community that focuses on sharing knowledge, sharing the word of deep learning. So that is pretty much the core criteria of becoming an ambassador for deep learning. That was the process for becoming the ambassador. There is no interview process. I will also share some perks and opportunities you get after you become a deep learning.ai ambassador. So after you become, of course, you are connected with all the ambassadors around the world. We recently had the 100th event hosted, like a couple of weeks ago. So this program is relatively still new. So it would be a good opportunity for any student to basically see this program go into something much bigger in the coming future. Apart from that, you also have yeah. So so once COVID-19 restrictions are lifted off, you also receive a bag of swag kit from deeplearning.ai to distribute to your participants. Probably keep it as an incentive for some quiz or something during the event. Um, Apart from that, you also have access to other opportunities that deeplearning.ai provides. If you are an active member, you get featured on their website, deeplearning.ai website, as an ambassador of the year if you host a lot of events. You also have an extended opportunity that deeplearning.ai provides is that considering you are an active member, considering you contribute a lot to your community, and you are a deep learning.ai knowledgeable expert, you will also receive some research opportunities. For example, one deep learning.ai ambassador I know has recently been given the opportunity of becoming a course mentor for the latest NLP specialization that Deep Learning.ai has released on Coursera. So Deep Learning.ai ambassadorship is not only limited to hosting events in your community, but it goes much more beyond that with the other opportunities that you can have um, in your community for yourself and for your participants.
Yeah. So basically, once you are hosted a seminar, so how much time span they require to get an email that you are selected? Like, what's the time period for that?
It's immediate. Like for example, my first event as a Pioneer Chennai ambassador. to deeplearning.ai. My event was on May 5th, more than, I guess, 2 months ago now. And I was appointed as an ambassador on May 7th. It's just an email conversation.
Oh,
You just update with your email, you just update with your event summary with a couple of pictures. And then if the event was successful, of course, you're on board.
yeah, that's too quick. So great.
Yeah.
Can you share like what kind of benefits you will get once you selected as an this ambassador?
Yeah, I just talked about that you're connected with all the ambassadors around the world through a common group chat, and apart from that, you also have other opportunities such as becoming a mentor for a specialization that deeplearning.ai hosts on Coursera. You can be a beta tester for a new specialization. Um, you can have research opportunities if you connect with them. So in the group chat, you not only have ambassadors, but you also have some, like the person who manages all the ambassadors, the 2 point contact person. So if you have any questions in mind, if you have any new opportunity questions in mind, you can always ask them, and you can be the first person to avail that opportunity that the other ambassadors haven't had a chance to have.
Okay, that is very quick process, and I'm glad that I will come to know about this
Yeah.
deeplearning.ai community. So, would you like to share some experience once you get this uh, opportunity? Like you are a ambassador, like Chennai ambassador. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, can you share some your experience, like how faces and how challenges you faced once you become an ambassador?
Yes. So even before becoming an ambassador, I faced a lot of challenges. I hosted my event in like the preparation of the event takes weeks. So I took a little more than half a month to organize my first event, and that was a stressful and a nervous moment, but also exciting because you have to manage all the things. So at that, you can always ask your friends for help. They can be a part of the chapter that you're creating. But at that, when I was hosting my first event, I was going all alone in that. So I created the posters, and then I actually had my friend help create the posters. I created the social media content that I needed to advertise and brand the event. I created the social media handles. I started posting on them so that other people can gain access. Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, I believe. Yeah. Apart from that, you also have to do trial run with the speakers. The hardest thing about doing the event itself is the software required for it. So, in the end, I actually needed to ask for some help from one of the existing ambassadors that happened to be one of my speakers, who very graciously agreed to do the hosting itself. So I was the host of the event, but I was not the one doing it from my laptop. So, because my laptop was not able to do the streaming itself because it's heavy. We had three speakers, two speakers along with me. So that was three people being live streamed onto YouTube. So in order to have a good stream rate, you need to have good hardware configuration. So sometimes you have to gain help from that. So you can do it. You can use software like OBS. OBS is open source and it's pretty good for doing live streaming. You can use Restream actually. Yeah. Restream is another online software that allows you to go online onto YouTube and Twitter and LinkedIn Live and other things like that. So those were some of the challenges before becoming a deep learning data ambassador. It is also to be kept in mind that once you become a deep learning data ambassador, you're expected to keep hosting events, preferably once per month and at least once per quarter. And if you don't host an event for 6 months, your chapter becomes dormant. It's basically removed from the website. So upcoming ambassadors need to keep that in mind that it's not a one-time thing that you become an ambassador and then you go dormant. You're supposed to keep hosting the events, keep bringing value to your community, keep engaging them, bringing them new things. And it's not that hard because the world of deep learning is filled with news all the time. Uh, like new research papers, new techniques come out all the time. So even if you're not a deep learning expert when you're hosting your first event, you will most likely become one as you keep bringing all the information for your participants as they keep going on. So you need to also keep ideas. You need to also engage other people on your LinkedIn network to bring new speakers online. So that's an ongoing thing that keep doing on. For example, my first event was in May. My next event will be in August. But and there's a couple of months gap in between because apart from my own event, I'm also helping other deep learning.ai ambassadors host their events. For example, in June, I collaborated with some deep learning.ai ambassadors from Kenya, Nairobi, and I helped them host event. I helped them host their deeplearning.ai events in June over the period of time. And we had speakers from India and we had speakers from Kenya combined into one event. So as you can see, it's not really, so once you become a deeplearning.ai ambassador, you're not only confined to your own city, to your own chapter. You can collaborate with people from all over the world. You can collaborate with ambassadors from California and host events with them. So basically, there's no limit to what you can imagine and what you can innovate with this platform. So those are some kind of challenges, and you can call them challenges. You can call them opportunities that come with this position.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting because hosting an event
Yeah,
is a very difficult thing. Like managing everything, like managing from the one candidate and all the speakers and synchronizing with them. It's very difficult. And
it
congratulations
is.
to you. Yeah. So thank you so much, Raman Sharma, that you are sharing your experience as well as you are knowing us the opportunity like in deeplearning.ai community. Like I know being an open source there is always be sharing everything and helping each other like as you told that you are in a local chapter Chennai local chapter ambassador, but still you are helping the other ambassador which are not coming from in India, like all over the world. Yeah, that's quite interesting
Yeah,
and pretty good that you are connecting with the whole world.
exactly.
Yeah, so thank you, Ramesh Sharma, again, the sharing your experience of this community and, the sharing some experience as well as the about this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.